One of the things that our culture today really likes is customization. Liberty Mutual is that's their whole mantra right now is customization. Well, naturally there is some customization allowed. We call this endorsements, riders, add-ons, whatever you want to call it, supersize it, whatever you want to call it. So we're going to just focus on a couple here. Obviously you need to talk to your agent about what is most important to you, or as I like to say, what you would cry about the most in the event of a claim. But let's talk about water for a moment. With water, there's good news, bad news, and an option. The good news is that if a pipe burst occurs, there's coverage for that. We alluded to that in the 16 things earlier. The bad news is this: if water is entering through an egress window or it's coming in through a crack in the foundation, there's no coverage for that unless you have a flood policy. Now, you're going to know a million different ways to Sunday. If you need flood insurance, everyone will tell you before you buy that house if that's a necessity. But the vast majority of people who are not in a flood zone do not buy flood insurance. And so there's an option that insurance companies have allowed for where if water comes into the basement via the floor drain or the sump pit, there can be coverage for your carpet, the furnace that's down there, etc. So we typically recommend that anybody with a furnace in the basement carry at least $5,000 of coverage for the basement, just in case that water or sewage works its way over to the furnace and you need a whole new unit. Average furnace cost these days is right around $4,000 to $5,000. Now, if you have carpet down there, drywall, that type of thing, you probably need an extra $5,000 just for that. And from there, you may want to run some math as to whether or not you're storing a lot of contents in the basement, that kind of thing. This can get really nasty in a hurry. I think it was June 30th of 2017, Ankeny and the greater Des Moines area had 10 inches of rain in 2 hours. And that led to a lot of claims. And this was the coverage endorsement you needed in order to have coverage. So we like to say it's probably the number 2 most frequently filed claim is water or sewage getting into the basement right behind hail. That's probably the number 2 most frequently filed claim. The second endorsement that I wanted to maybe bring up is with jewelry. If you buy a house that's $100,000, you're probably getting half of that for your personal property. So that means you have $50,000 for your personal property. Well, there's a $1,500 limit usually in the case of jewelry or firearms, artwork, furs, precious metals, silverware, rare collections. And so probably 15% of our homeowners, they will want to make an advanced notice or an advanced warning, an advanced schedule with the home insurance provider that, hey, I've got a $5,000 ring over here. I've got a $10,000 ring over here. And my wife or whoever is a workout junkie, and they're constantly taking that ring off so that they can do their weights and everything and not damage the ring. And if they lose it or it gets stolen at the gym or something like that, we want to make sure that we are not subject to the $1,500 limit on our policy. And that's where you can put a rider or something like that that customizes your home insurance tailored to you.